morning vlog. It is, what day is it today? Wednesday? I had such a terrible sleep last night. It was one of those ones where I had a dream, a pretty weird dream, and it was basically like just telling me things, and I was like, oh fuck, like I have to you know when you have dreams and you're like, I already know these things, but it's like, I don't know, it was just, I felt like a warning almost. Shit, okay, well, what do I do? What do I do? My brain just kind of went a million miles in all directions, and that's not good. I don't like that. Hi. Hey, buddy. I was just making my bed, and my pet spider just jumped on me, and then I had to put him on the ground. I have pet spider. Every place I live in, I always make friends with a spider. In my old flat, I had one. I called him Phil. He lived right in the corner of my window. He didn't move the entire time. He was a fat boy too. But that's my little daddy long legs, and I just found him in my bed, so that's great. We don't do that. You're welcome to stay here and protect me, but not in my bed. Great. I was just going through old videos from a couple of months ago, and because this is why I'm redoing this, because I actually record myself, and then like half the time the shit happens and I'm like, okay, cool. If people only knew the thoughts that were in my mind. So here's the mind valley. That's actually a thing. I should talk about that. I have this whole thing called the mind valley, where it's like, I have picked up on the patterns of like my whole life and all the things that repeat, or like the things that make me. Because I feel like I've had so much trauma in my life. Your brain can kind of like, if you've gone through like serious life altering trauma, and like that level of survival, it can kind of like make your brain go weird, like really weird. So in like my own attempts over the years, like with therapy, I've like created this mind map called the Mind Valley. It started as a spreadsheet, and it started because I had an ex-boyfriend that just like couldn't understand how I got from one thing to another really fast, like my word associations or like music or movies and why things meant so much to me. Or, you know, someone could say lighthouse and I could put myself back into a different time period of my life, and then from there that dispersed an idea, and then like I was like, I need to figure out where all these things tie to and how they interconnect. That isn't like a full explanation, but it's the beginning. It's like I don't even know how to conceptualize it, so. I'm so sorry, today is so boring. I've just been like typing away and doing odd little bits and bobs, and like I try to do like do these meditations where I just like switch the brain off and like write what I need to do, like my to-do list. So I was doing that, and usually I can get like a whole page worth of things like, oh yeah, do this, like that could be really good. I only got one thing of like tidy up the links, and I was like, oh okay. It's like a fun little system with my website that I'm working on at the moment, where it's like you just follow the path and it's like do it yourself. It's basically like do it yourself, which is kind of cute. But yeah, last night I was thinking about like the idea of the founder's journey and how that's like the storytelling element to help get you through like the process of transformation, which is the hero's journey, right? And I was thinking like, what if I did like the expectations, you know, there's like expectations versus reality. What if there was like the reality of like my story, and then like the fantasy version of it, and like what actually like, because like people always tell like the highlights and stuff, they never talk about the downside of things. And it's like, what if you switch the narrative and the thinking of that, and what if you did that as like a reflect, if you were already on your journey, if you're already like building and stuff, or if you're at like a stuck point, like how do you tell your future story and like shape it that way of like what you want your outcome to be? Maybe there's like a part of me that's kind of like a little bit delusional of like, what if I just like didn't care, and what would I do if like resources weren't a problem? What would I actually be doing? So that's kind of like my mindset at the moment, and I just keep thinking like, tell a better story. It's like, you know how to do this, tell me the story. Trying to think about what would I do? What would I do? What would be the next step if like nothing mattered? What would I actually do? But yeah, so that's what I'm doing today, and I have my little notebook of ideas that I carry with me that has like my futurist thinking in here. So this is actually genius. I keep so much in here. I have like so many books that are like this. Usually they're moleskin, but like it's a little bit too wanky sometimes. Anyways, I will keep tinkering, and yeah. So I'm actually gonna post a like photo dump from where I'm sitting, and I have this like inspiration from Ute Barth, who's a German photographer, and she likes to play with light and color and texture with her photography. And she's been my favorite photographer since I was, other than David Hockney, but she's been my favorite photographer since I was like 16, 17. I didn't go to like art school, but I studied art history at uni. Anyways, I just love texture and color and light and like just, you know, beautiful things and perspective. And I think I really like the idea of, because I was doing as part of my write-up for the paintings, I was looking into perspective. And when you do like subconscious work, you have to shift your focus and your perspective. So your focus is what you're looking at, but your perspective is where you're looking at it from, which is why all of my photography is like based on buildings and like lining up everything. But I forget that the other part of that is looking at the softness of things. And I think I'm gonna post a photo dump of the view of where I sit, because it's pretty cool. I really like this little section of my apartment. And this green couch. Some ideas have been had on this couch. Nothing dirty, get your mind out of the gutter. Also, there's another part of that of like, it goes back to this idea of why I started vlogging, was that idea of like attunement and knowing yourself and like, you know, reflection. And if you do ethnographic research or if you do anything, you have to know who you are. And so I think that's the thing of like, I always go outside to like observe the world. And again, it's that thing of like, no, go internally. I think I might even get granular with that perspective and be like looking at all the little, I think the next one I'll do would be things on my skin, or like the textures of, you know, nail, I don't know. There's something really cool with that. Do inventors get that? I don't know. But mind you, the inventors that I want to attract aren't normal thinkers, so they'll get it. Again, in the pursuit of like, who the fuck is my audience? I've said this before previously, like I love people who are like, Ellie, I think I'm having psychosis, like what is this? And I'm like, oh, the sweet morsel of, oh my god, I'm losing my mind. That's where genius lies. Out for a walk. Look at the palm trees. Let's play a game of left or right. If I get up to the lights, I'll turn right. If the lights are still red, I'll go left. 13 seconds, 12. I'm not gonna make that. Left it is. Left it is. Okay, let's go. Super good. Let's go. Okay, let's make some dinner. I have some beautiful lamb roast here and a sweet potato, and I have some salad stuff. But because I haven't been feeling so great and I feel really tired and I haven't been sleeping, I was like, I need red meat like pretty badly. So I usually have lamb during my cycle. I try not to eat a lot of red meat just because I get sad, but I I say sweet words to the lamb because I appreciate them. But I've been craving steak frites, and I think I really just like want to go to a restaurant and have a steak and fries, but like that's gonna cost way too much. We're on a budget. So I'm gonna make sweet potato fries with lamb and a salad. I already have all the stuff here, and this lamb is my favorite. So I have that once a month or special occasions, but right now I just feel like I'm not doing good, and I feel like I need iron and I need meat.
Have fun in there. Bye-bye.
Okay, so those bad boys are going to take about 30 minutes. This takes about 19, so we'll say sweet nothings, and then I'll make a salad. I made little salad boats. So cute. Beautiful little crispy bits. With parmesan. It's got a little like parmesan. It's very good. Sorry, I started eating and I completely forgot, and I'm watching Survivor, so it's all happening. It's all go.